Do you know that some bills can be worth hundreds more than face value? Would you like to know which ones? We will talk about these very special bills in this video. Hey YouTubers, this is JNB, and welcome to our JB Coins family. We're all about coins and currency. We have new videos every day and are here to help you either start your new collection, expand an existing one, or find that one valuable coin that can change your life. In this video, we will talk about some super rare $1 bills worth a whole lot of money. These are experimental notes on silver certificate bills. They are very unique notes, very unusual, and highly collectible. Now, before we talk about them, many of our viewers are asking why some bills are called silver certificates. So let's quickly cover that. Small size silver certificates were printed from 1928 to 1964 in the United States as part of its circulation of paper currency. They were printed in response to silver agitation by those angered by the Fourth Coinage Act, which had effectively placed the United States on a gold standard. Silver certificates were initially redeemable in the same face value of silver dollar coins, later in raw silver bullion. Since 1968, silver certificates have been redeemable only in Federal Reserve notes and thus are obsolete for that purpose, but they're still valid legal tender. Very similar to today's printed money, the date on a bill did not always reflect when it was printed, but rather a major design change, like a new signature, for example. Usually, a letter was added after the date. Not everybody knows, but even though the 1957 is the last date you'll see on a silver certificate, some of the 1935 dated bills were released as late as 1963. Another part of silver certificates that most people don't know about are experimental notes. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing has frequently chosen the $1 denomination for testing of alternative printing methods and paper compositions. They did that for security reasons. During the very hard times of World War II, more counterfeiting of paper money was rising. The concern with not having a secure paper money supply was also an issue. Any threat to this supply meant the inability to print notes. Being a real possibility, potential replacement paper was found and tested, and that is how experimental notes were born. So, what the Bureau of Engraving and Printing did was put aside special runs of serial numbers for the experimental notes so they could be easily identified later. These bills were placed in circulation to observe how well they held up in circulation. Series 1928A and 1928B were the first group of silver certificate experimental notes to be printed. 3 batches were printed, 2 on different paper types, and a third on regular paper as a control. On these, you need to know the serial number to know what they are. But what we want to cover in this video is a batch of those experimental notes with a red letter stamped on them. Now there are two groups, one with the letter R and another with the letter S. These are silver certificate experimental notes on a 1935A series. Only 2,368,000 of the 35A series were produced. A large red R in the lower right corner distinguished notes printed using regular paper, while those printed with special paper had the letter S. This specific series are the only experimental silver certificates printed in this unique fashion. Now, with equal quantities of only 1,184,000, the two groups were released June 20th, 1944, and issued into circulation to test their comparative disabilities. These experimental notes make up less than 1% of all 1935A notes. But since they were released in circulation, a much smaller number of them have survived, and survivors are considered scarce. Now, since anybody can place a letter on a bill, you need to know the serial number for them in order to verify if they are legit. For the R serial number bills, the serial numbers range from S708 84001C to S720 68000C. And for the S serial number range from S738 84001C to S750 68000C. Since they were all released into circulation, you will find them in mostly heavily circulated condition. VF, or very fine, and up are not easy to obtain, and they are bringing really nice money. For a bill in VF condition, you will have to pay above $250 and up. The bill in grade 65 is worth $550 and up. Grade 66 is worth about $1,000. But wait, one grade higher, and we're talking over $2,500 and up. Now, if they're star notes, the value of the bill will go up dramatically. Star notes are the bills having a star on them. They simply indicate a replacement banknote that is printed to replace a faulty one and is used by the Bureau of Engraving and Printing to know the number of banknotes being printed. They exist on newer and older bills and always bring extra value to that bill, especially if the serial number on that note is a special run note. In this case, because the experimental notes are so rare, we couldn't find a recent sold price. But we found a newly listed bill for sale, and the asking price for this bill is $9,500. It doesn't mean that it will sell for that money, but at least you have an idea what kind of money people are asking for them. So, as you can see, super valuable. Can you find them in your change? Not likely. But at an estate sale or garage sale, very much so. Not many people know they are something valuable. Many people don't know at all that there's something different. We actually went to an estate sale. A company was taking care of it. And there were a couple of them mixed in with regular silver certificates and selling them as silver certificates, among the others as damaged bills. So it is very possible that you could find them cheap. So start looking, pay attention to this small letter on them, and always check against the serial numbers they belong to. Now, we have a short playlist where we talk about other super valuable bills you should know about and look for, all worth very good money. It's linked in the left corner of this one. If you're serious about looking through your bills, it is a must-watch playlist. So, we hope you liked this video and found it helpful. And if you did, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.